Gather around. It's time for the show to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, this is...
Hey everyone, my name is Jason.
Hi friends, it's Desiree Josen.
Alright, there were so many matches this year that were just too much.
So this won't be a shocker because we've had a handful of really awesome matches that we just can't stop talking about.
How many times have these guys fought? Like it's been quite a bit.
I've been saying this all year. They're just so great to watch. We saw the heel turn coming, and then when it happened, nice and bloody, both dramatic and beautiful.
You are now entering the ring with Chutes and Ladders podcast. Here are your hosts, Desiree and Jason.
Chutes and Ladders, Saturday night's main event recap. What's going on, everyone? My name is Jason.
Hi friends, it's Desiree Josen.
Alright, from surprise returns to potential career-ending injuries, Saturday night's main event wasn't just another PLE, it was a full-blown moment maker. Let's deep dive into the chaos, but before we do, what are your initial thoughts, Des?
It was good. It wasn't anything groundbreaking, but it was a fun way to spend my Saturday night.
I'm glad to hear it. First match, your boy Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. What are your thoughts? What is your grade?
I love seeing Randy and Drew in the ring just because they are like two silverback gorillas going at each other. They have the perfect size for each other. They work well, good chemistry. It was expected, with Drew, with his chops, trying to get a rise out of Randy. He snaps. And of course, with his power slam, then we got to see a vintage DDT, but we did not get to see his vintage punt yet. So, it was fun. I liked it. And of course, I wanted Randy to win, and it's about damn time that he got the pin that he needed. So, it was pretty good. Nothing too crazy, but it was solid. So I'll give it like a B+.
Okay, that's fair. I'll give it a B. Do you think this sets up a tag match, a Jelly Roll at SummerSlam? That'd be funny.
Yeah, that it is confirmed.
That's confirmed. Okay.
Yeah, Nick came out, and that was set up. So Drew and Logan against Randy and Jelly Roll. So that should be interesting.
That would be hilarious. Good call. Listen, Jelly Roll draws, so I think that will definitely be a fun match.
Yeah.
All right, next match, Solo versus Jimmy Uso. What are your thoughts on this? What was your grade?
It's always good to see brothers going against each other because in reality, they're having the time of their life and probably talking shit to each other, and it's probably like at home, just wrestling, but they're getting paid. So it was good. I think Jimmy works better with Solo rather than with Jay when they do one-on-one. And, I didn't think Solo would lose, but, Jimmy has never held a singles title yet. So who knows? That could, be something up in the future for him. There were some good spots with the German suplex on the apron. And of course, the Bloodline 3.0 came out and interfered, of course. So Solo can't really win on his own. So that's okay. It's a family affair. So it wasn't terrible. It was expected. So I'll give it like a B.
Yeah, I'll give it a B. This is basically Roman Reigns, fast forward a couple years, but now through Solo. I'm kind of with you. We're just going to continuously see this. Although I will say, I have a feeling people are basically, this is going to happen for the second time in a row. Solo's basically going to get overlooked by some of the other members of his own family because some of the other guys are drawing way better reactions than Solo. And if that were the case, wow, it's just funny. He knows how to put other people over. I don't know if it's intentional or not, but that was the vibe at least I got.
Yeah, especially with Jacob Fatu coming out at the very end, got the biggest pop out of everybody for 5 seconds.
Yeah. That was the one thing that kind of stood out to me. But yeah, it was a decent match. Nothing to complain about. All right, what could have been the match of the night? Unfortunately, there was an injury in the middle of it, which is, we don't know the severity yet, but LA Knight versus Seth Rollins. What is your take on this?
This is the one that I was most excited about just because we know these two have great chemistry in the ring. We love Knight. This was really going to be his night to shine, and the same with Seth, because we didn't know what could happen. And yeah, it's unfortunate that, halfway through what could have been really the match of the night, got derailed by him doing what was it, the springboard moonsault, and he landed on his feet, but he knuckled down or buckled down, and so there was speculations of a torn ACL, another knee injury. But what sucks is this is the same move that happened to him 2 years ago that took him out for surgery. So I'm like, stop doing that. But I at first thought it was a work when he rolled into the corner. I was like, this is his way to get the bronze out here to interfere. But really, when, the ref went over and then the doctor came over, and then within seconds, Knight hits him with a BFT and then wins and then rolls out quick. I'm like, oh, that did not look right. So it sucks. I hate that happened to Seth, because this is not ideal for him being the Money in the Bank winner. We don't know if this potentially interfered with the match with Gunther and Goldberg potentially and changed everything. I hate it. So, and, plus with Knight getting the win, but was he supposed to get the win, or, was he going to get a win, but in a bigger way? So this sucks. And I really don't have a score. I'm going to give it an NA, because I don't even know how it was supposed to happen.
Yeah, that's a fair grade. You're right. I really do think Seth Rollins could have cashed in after Goldberg's match.
Yeah.
It really put a crazy wrinkle in the entire night. It was actually a very fun match for when they actually were performing. LA Knight gets the win. I am curious what they're going to do now with the briefcase. I mean, listen, first and foremost, our hearts and prayers going for Seth Rollins. Hopefully he's going to be okay. I mean, if it's his knee, this could be a long time until he returns. And you hate to see that. So, but yeah, obviously LA Knight gets the win. I think, they're going to have to rewrite a whole bunch of storylines more than likely. LA Knight, it will probably get catapulted. Not sure if you want it this way, but I think that's what's going to happen. So, but yeah, I'll probably have to give it an A. You know what? I'll give it a B, just because I'm glad that LA Knight got the win. But most importantly, we love you, Seth Rollins. So get better. All right, match of the night, and again, we just talked about it. This could have been a completely different finish if Seth Rollins was healthy. But what is your take on this match? Because this is definitely interesting.
It was all right. I wasn't too excited just because of my thoughts on Goldberg, but, to be respectful, I watched it. It was great. Goldberg did his notorious old school entrance with everyone crowding around him. He had the pyro and the sparkles and the kick. And yeah, I mean, it was longer than I expected. He played off of his knee injury. It could have been a little real too, because he is 60. So, I don't know. He did a great job working that. But, lots of chops. What I thought was hilarious was poor ref Charles Robinson. Just a couple of weeks ago, he gets pummeled by John Cena, and then all of a sudden he gets speared by Goldberg. Give this man a match, because, or give him a belt or something for taking these hits. But yeah, it was cool. You got to see some interaction with Gunther and Goldberg's son Gage, and then that's where he was taken down with a spear. So it's really cool to see that. But yeah, I mean, of course, Gunther wins with the sleeper. It really could have gone multiple ways, and that's why, we bring up the whole thing with Seth. Was this supposed to happen? But either way, Gunther wins. That's what, at least that's what I wanted, to make more sense of him holding the title belt. And then, with Goldberg, he tried to do his speech, and then he got cut off after 30 seconds, and I just started laughing, and I was like, watch Bret Hart be in production, and was like, okay, cut. So, it was all right. I will give it like a B. Yeah.
All right. Because this is the last match, I'll just go ahead and give him an A, just because he's a Hall of Famer. The actual match, it was okay. Nothing special. To be honest with you, and he said, we talked about the sleeper. I'm not a big fan of the sleeper as a finishing move. To me, it only applies if you're astronomically bigger than someone else. Like if Andre the Giant did the sleep or something like that, I get it. But it's just hard to believe that a guy like Gunther will put Goldberg to sleep. I don't like the finish, to be honest with you. Just as a whole, the match was okay. It is interesting now that we're talking about this. They specifically put the title on Gunther because of this match, but Seth Rollins got hurt, so we don't know what would have happened if Seth Rollins was healthy. Storyline wise, I'm kind of curious now who Gunther takes on at SummerSlam. Is it going to be Jey Uso? Maybe LA Knight? Maybe someone else? So there's a lot of questions now. But overall, go ahead and give it. Yeah, I mean, I'll give it an A just because it was Goldberg's last match. I'll be nice to him.
Yeah.
All right. So now that being said, that was a quick wrap up. What are your final thoughts and what's your final grade?
It was decent. I feel like something really spectacular and really fun creatively could have happened if Seth didn't get injured. So it's always in the back of our mind, like, what was really supposed to happen? But, overall, it wasn't terrible. You know what? I'll give it like a B.
Yeah, I think a B is fair. I'm kind of with you. We really don't know what would have happened. But given the actual matches and the way everything played out, I think a B is fair.
Yeah.
All right, that actually wraps up this episode. What are your thoughts on Saturday night's main event? Please shoot us a DM at the Shoots and Ladders. And like always, please like, share, and subscribe, both on YouTube and Spotify. Once again, my name is Jason.
I'm Desiree Josen.
All right, until next time, have a blessed day and a blessed week.
Have a great week. Bye, friends.
This has been Shoots and Ladders. Follow us for more content.